그 눈빛 봤어? 되게 세. 무릎 꿇고 한번 빌어볼래요?
너가 다른 사람 아프게 한 만큼 너 평생 불행하게 살 거야.
Guys, just believe it, because we're already in the fourth quarter of 2025, from heartwarming romance comedies to action-packed fantasy dramas, and even some long-awaited comebacks. So follow me, K-drama lovers, as we dive into the most anticipated Korean dramas premiering in the fourth quarter of 2025. Starting the list is a fantasy romance drama, Genie, Make a Wish.
죽은 자는 못 살려, 미래로는 못 가. 그 외엔 그대의 소원으로 다 이루어질지니.
Starring Kim Woo-bin and Bae Suzy in the lead roles, this series follows the story of a genie who awakens after 1,000 years, bounded by magic as he set out to grant 3 magical wishes to his new master. Our female lead is a cold, emotionless young woman who suddenly finds herself in possession of a magical lamp. With our devilish, charming genie struggling to adjust to the modern world, what starts as a simple exchange of wishes slowly transforms into an electrifying romance. Genie, Make a Wish is set to premiere on the 3rd of October, airing with only 12 episodes every Friday, and will also be available on Netflix.
너의 욕망을 잘 들여다봐, 침착하게. 오너라, 타락으로.
나쁜 식 이거?
그걸 바로 안 돼.
Moving on is a Netflix romance drama, Can This Love Be Translated? This 12-episode series explores the complex relationship between a top actress at the peak of her career and her gifted multilingual interpreter. At first, due to their constant misunderstandings, our male lead professional relationship is anything but smooth. However, as they spend more time together, what starts as a clash of personalities between our leads slowly turns into a heartwarming romance. Starring Kim Seon-ho and Go Yeon-jung as our main lead, this opposites attract love story is set to air with only just 12 episodes exclusively on Netflix. Following up is a psychological thriller drama, Dear X.
그 눈빛 봤어? 되게 세. 무릎 꿇고 한번 빌어볼래요?
너가 다른 사람 아프게 한 만큼 너 평생 불행하게 살 거야.
Based on the Naver webtoon of the same name, Dear X follows the story of a top actress who appears flawless on the outside, but secretly hides a sociopathic nature beneath her charming smile, using manipulation, grudges, and even her beauty as a weapon to climb to the very top of the entertainment world. However, everything changes when she meets our male lead, a man who sees through her mask and tries to save her from her self-destructive path. Starring Kim Yoo-jung and Kim Young-dae in the lead roles, Dear X promises intense drama and suspense that kept webtoon readers glued, and will surely hook drama fans too. Guys, a quick reminder, if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, be sure to do that right now. If you have done that, let's get back into the list. Up next is a Disney Plus gripping thriller drama, The Manipulated. This 12-episode series follows the story of an ordinary man whose peaceful life suddenly gets turned upside down when he's wrongfully framed of a brutal crime and gets sent to prison. However, surviving prison only hardens his resolve, and once freed, our male lead sets out on a merciless path of vengeance in search of the cold, ruthless manipulator who carefully engineers crimes and fabricated the evidence that ruined his life. Starring JiChangWook and Do Kyung-soo in the lead roles, The Manipulated promises both suspense, action, and raw emotion that would keep viewers on the edge of our seat, airing with only 10 episodes exclusively on Disney+.
전 여기서 나갈 겁니다.
Following up is a romance comedy drama, Would You Marry Me?
예, 제가 김우주인데.
축하드립니다, 유베리 씨.
나 됐어요?
부부가 함께 참석해야 한다.
가짜 남편인 척 해주면 차례금을 주겠다.
Starring Choi Woo-shik and Jung So-min in the lead roles, this romance comedy drama follows our male lead, a perfectionist heir to one of South Korea's oldest bakery, as he suddenly finds himself trapped in a 90 days fake marriage with our female lead, a fierce designer with a string of heartbreaks and a burning need to protect the luxurious newlywed townhouse she just won. However, what starts as a deal of convenience quickly spiral out of control as old wounds and messy entanglements slowly turns their contract marriage into an irresistible romance. Would You Marry Me is set to air with only just 12 episodes, premiering every Friday and Saturdays on SBS, and will also be available for streaming on Disney+.
걱정 마세요. 아무도 모르게 할 거예요. 의심하는 것 같았어요. 뉴스 있을 때 틱팍인데.
보고 있어요.
그러네요.
Also adding to the lineup is a comedy romance drama, Surely Tomorrow, starring Park Seo-joon and Won Ji-an in the lead roles. This series tells the story of two people who fall deeply in love twice, in their early and late 20s, only to part ways and reunite years later. However, fate brings them back together once again when our male lead, now a journalist investigating a high-profile scandal, crosses path with our female lead, a woman married to the very man at the center of the controversy. Their unexpected reunion forces them to confront not only the powerful memories of their first love, but also the painful reality of the present. Airing every Saturday and Sundays, with only 12 episodes, this series is one to look forward to this season and will also be available for streaming on Prime Video. Up next is a Netflix psychological thriller drama, As You Stood By.
맞서도 받고 도망쳐도 받고 근데 다시 이 자리였어.
Based on a 2014 Japanese novel, this series follows the lives of two women facing a desperate situation, as our female leads decide to kill an abusive husband after years of brutal abuse in her marriage. However, what begins as a desperate act for freedom soon turns into chaos, as our female leads find themselves entangled in a series of unforeseen events that will change their lives forever. As You Stood By is set to premiere on the 7th of November, exclusively on Netflix.
죽여버리자. 네 남편.
Also premiering in the fourth quarter is Typhoon Family. This 16-episode business family drama is set during the 1997 IMF crisis, when South Korea faced one of its darkest economic periods. The series follows the story of our male lead, a rookie businessman who suddenly finds himself becoming the head of his late father's small trading company on the brink of collapse. With no employees, no money, and nothing left to sell, our male lead steps up to protect both his family and the company his father cherished. Alongside him is our female lead, a woman whose strength and resilience become an anchor during his turbulent times. Together, both our main leads fight to keep the company alive while navigating family struggles, workplace challenges, and financial stability. Airing with only 16 episodes every Saturday and Sunday on TVN. Following that is a coming-of-age drama, Spirit Fingers. Based on a hit webtoon of the same name, Spirit Fingers follow the story of a timid high school girl who struggles to voice her opinions, constantly holding back out of fear of what others might think. However, her life takes a turn when she stumbles into an eccentric art club. Through the club's vibrant and free-spirited members, our female lead begins to discover what truly excites her, learning how the world transforms once she starts speaking up and embracing herself. Spirit Fingers is set to air with only just 12 episodes, available for streaming on TVing, Wave, and Watcha. Also, joining the lineup is a heartfelt romance drama, Last Summer. This 12-episode series follows the story of two twin brothers who grew up apart after their parents' divorce. However, every summer our male lead reunites with his brother to spend 21 days with his father and their next-door neighbor, sharing a brief summer where playful bickering with our female lead slowly blossomed into unspoken feelings, never amounting to anything more. Now, as adult, our main leads finally opens their Pandora's box, forcing them to confront their unspoken feelings, memories, and the longings of their youth which has been kept locked away. Airing every Saturday and Sundays, Last Summer paints a bittersweet picture of how love can resurface even after many years apart, premiering on KBS2, and will also be available for streaming on Wave. Up next is a Netflix superhero drama, Cashero. Based on the popular webtoon of the same name, this series follows the story of our male lead, an ordinary government employee who mysteriously gains an unusual superpowers where his physical strength grows depending on how much amount of cash he has on him. To protect others, our male lead is forced to spend every last one he has, leaving his wallet empty each time he saves the day. Also joining him is his practical girlfriend, who grounds him when his powers get out of hand. Starring Lee Jun-ho in the lead roles, this series blends action, comedy, and social satire as it explores what happens when an everyday man is thrown into the role of a reluctant hero. Next on our list is a mystery romance drama, Idol Eye. This series follows the story of a top lawyer known as the Lawyer for Villains, who secretly happens to be a longtime fan of the idol group Gold Boys. However, her life takes a shocking turn when her favorite idol becomes the prime suspect in a murder case. With only just 12 episodes, we get to watch as our female lead learns to conceal her fangirl identity, while stepping up to defend her bias, determined to prove his innocence. Airing every Monday and Tuesdays on ENA and Genie TV, Idol Eye promises both thrills, heart-fluttering moments, and the complicated relationship between an idol and his fan. And finally on our list is Love Phobia. Love Phobia follows the story of a genius programmer who creates a VR dating app powered by artificial intelligence. However, despite being the mind behind the modern love technology, our female lead herself struggles with real human connection. However, everything begins to change when she meets our male lead, an old-fashioned documentary writer who's unable to truly express or even recognize love. As our two leads unite, what begins as a quirky clash of technology soon turns into an old-fashioned romance. Airing every Friday on U+ Mobile TV, this series is definitely one to add to your watch list if you're into unique love stories with a futuristic twist. And that's all for now. If you like this list, why not check out our next video of upcoming Korean dramas in 2026? If you haven't yet subscribed, you can do that right now. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.